Advertisers love insecure users. What am I missing? Instagram doesn't just profit from your time. It profits from the moments you doubt yourself the most, because fixing it would mean breaking the business model of anxiety, restlessness, and self-doubt that people learn to live with. Advertisers love insecure users. Once you understand why insecurity keeps people scrolling, the next part becomes obvious. Advertisers love insecure users, not because brands are evil, but because insecurity makes people easier to influence. When someone feels confident and satisfied, they don't feel an urgent need to buy anything. But when someone feels like they're falling behind, products start to feel like solutions. That's the emotional gap advertisers are paying for. Insecurity creates a silent question in the viewer's mind. What am I missing? And every successful ad positions itself as the answer. Better body. Buy this program. Better skin. Try this product. More money. Follow this system. Better relationships. Learn this secret. Instagram doesn't just sell ad space. It sells access to people who are already emotionally primed to want more. And the platform is incredibly good at identifying those moments. It knows when you've lingered on fitness content after seeing an attractive body. It knows when you pause on luxury videos after feeling dissatisfied with your progress. It knows when you interact with self-improvement posts late at night, when doubt is louder. Those moments are advertiser gold. That's why ads on Instagram rarely feel random. They appear right when you're most vulnerable, framed as motivation, inspiration, or just trying to help. But they're not designed to make you whole. They're designed to convert. The more insecure a user feels, the more they scroll. The more they scroll, the more data Instagram collects, and the more precisely advertisers can target emotional pressure points. This is why confidence is expensive and insecurity is scalable. A confident user might buy one thing and leave. An insecure user keeps searching, keeps consuming, keeps spending, not because they're weak, but because the system keeps reopening the same emotional wound. Over time, this changes how people relate to products. Buying stops being about usefulness and starts being about identity. You're not purchasing a supplement or a course, you're purchasing the promise of being enough. And when that promise doesn't fully deliver, the insecurity returns, which sends you back into the feed. This is the final piece of the machine. Insecurity fuels engagement. Engagement fuels data. Data fuels targeted advertising. Advertising fuels revenue. And the cycle continues. Instagram doesn't just profit from your time. It profits from the moments you doubt yourself the most. That's why insecure users are more valuable than happy ones. Not because they're broken, but because they're still searching. And as long as they're searching, someone is ready to sell them the answer. The creator economy trap. At this point, it would be easy to blame influencers. But the truth is, most creators are trapped in the same system. The creator economy runs on visibility, and visibility is controlled by the algorithm. If a creator wants to grow, they have to play the game, and the game quietly rewards content that triggers insecurity, comparison, or emotional tension. Creators learn this fast. Posts that show struggle, balance, or slow progress don't travel very far, but content that highlights extreme success, dramatic transformations, or perfect lifestyles gets rewarded with reach, followers, and brand deals. So over time, creators adapt. They don't necessarily lie, they curate. They compress years of effort into 30-second clips. They remove the boredom, the doubt, and the failures because those moments don't perform well. and the audience never sees the full picture. This creates a dangerous feedback loop. Creators feel pressure to present a version of life that looks constantly exciting and successful. Viewers compare themselves to that version and feel behind, and the algorithm rewards both sides for staying inside the illusion. Even creators aren't immune to the damage. Many influencers privately admit they feel anxious, burned out, and disconnected from their real lives. Their income depends on maintaining a persona that no longer feels authentic, but stepping off the treadmill risks invisibility. So they keep running. The creator economy turns human experience into content, and content into performance. Your life isn't just something you live anymore. It's something that has to be framed, edited, and optimized. And when everything becomes content, authenticity becomes a liability. This is why so much Instagram content feels repetitive. The same poses, the same aesthetics, the same morning routines, and day-in-the-life videos. They're not trends by accident. They're templates that the algorithm has proven work. And the cost of stepping outside those templates is reach. So creators stay inside the box, audiences stay inside the loop, and the platform keeps growing. The trap isn't that creators are fake. It's that the system rewards a version of reality that's unsustainable for both sides. Viewers feel inadequate. Creators feel pressure to perform. And Instagram benefits from the tension between them. That's the creator economy trap. Not because people are dishonest, but because honesty doesn't trend as well as aspiration. Why Instagram will never fix this. At this point, a reasonable question comes up. If Instagram knows all of this, if it understands how insecurity affects users, then why doesn't it fix the problem? The answer is uncomfortable, but important, because fixing it would mean breaking the business model. Instagram is not a public service. It's a profit-driven company whose success is measured by growth, engagement, and revenue. Every major design decision is evaluated through one question. Does this keep people on the platform longer? And insecurity does. Instagram has already shown that it understands the issue. It has hidden like counts. It has added take a break reminders. It has released statements about mental health and well-being. But notice something. None of those changes reduce time spent on the app. They make users feel better about using Instagram without changing the underlying system that benefits from emotional tension. The core algorithm still rewards comparison-heavy content. The feed is still optimized for emotional stimulation, not emotional balance. And advertisers still pay for access to users who are highly engaged and emotionally responsive. To truly fix the problem, Instagram would have to promote more ordinary content, slow down the pace of consumption, and reduce the intensity of comparison. That would mean fewer ads seen, shorter sessions, lower revenue. No publicly traded company is incentivized to do that. There's also another reason this won't change. The problem isn't obvious enough to force action. The damage is subtle. It doesn't look like a crisis. It looks like millions of people feeling slightly worse about themselves every day. That kind of harm doesn't trend. There's no clear moment where users quit en masse. No headline that says, Instagram caused this. Just a slow normalization of anxiety, restlessness, and self-doubt that people learn to live with. And as long as people keep scrolling, the system appears to be working. Instagram doesn't need you to feel terrible. It only needs you to feel unfinished. Like there's always something more to see, something more to improve, something you haven't figured out yet. That feeling keeps the feed moving. So when people ask if Instagram will ever fix insecurity, the honest answer is this: not voluntarily. Because insecurity isn't a flaw in the platform. It's a feature that quietly supports everything else. And until attention stops being profitable, there's no real incentive to redesign a system that's doing exactly what it was built to do.